Welcome to Straddle Income. We're here to help you make money. Today is Thursday, December 10th, 2020. Today is actually a pretty interesting day. The market opened the low but closed the high. So let's first look at today's market and we'll talk about some of the trades that I made today, given the fact that Airbnb IPO'd today. And then tomorrow is Friday, a lot of the option contracts will be expiring and I will be looking forward to see if there are any opportunities there. So with that being said, let's talk about today's market. Overall, the market is pretty healthy. What you're looking at right now is the NASDAQ index chart. Let me zoom in a little bit. Yesterday, we had a sell-off, and I was mentioning in my yesterday's video that the sell-off was healthy. It's a normal pullback. And stayed above the 18-day moving average line, and a healthy pullback is very good for the overall health of the market. And then today, this morning, let's look at it closer at the 15-minute chart. Today morning, actually, when the market first opened, actually pierced through that 18-day moving average. Then it quickly rebounded and opened high. So the market is pretty strong at this point. However, there is some kind of risk given the fact that it's sitting very close to the 18-day moving average. If you see this candlestick chart for today, the low point of the chart actually is below the 18-day moving average. So that's something to be considered about tomorrow. Maybe from this point on, the market will be in consolidation for a couple of days. So we'll see. Similarly for SPY as well. SPY is showing us very similar kind of trend as the NASDAQ. It stayed above the 18-day moving average, actually closed a little bit higher, and the low point was also a little bit higher. So with that being said, the market overall is pretty healthy. I don't think that everyone is expecting the market will just keep running. So a healthy pullback, some kind of consolidation is very good for the market. With that being said, it is showing a different kind of a trend than the last couple of days and weeks. So let's be mindful of that. Towards the end of the day today, actually, there's a news that the Pfizer vaccine has been approved. So let's look at extended hour a little bit, how that has been impacting the market. So if we look at the extended hour for the market, it didn't move that much for giving SPY. I think when the news first came out, there was some kind of a buying, but then it kind of slowed down a little bit. So the market probably has already priced in the fact that the vaccine will go out. And with that news, it didn't really move much about the overall health of the market. So same goes with the QQQ. It didn't move much for the extended hour. So we will see how the market will perform tomorrow when the first open. Now let's jump back and talk about some of the trades that I made today. Let's look at the trades. Today is actually a relatively slow day for me. I didn't do too many of the trades. I think the fact that the market pulled back a little bit and I was patient to trying to see how the market actually performs. So I didn't do as many trades as yesterday, but I took profit on my Starbucks vertical spread. I took a profit about 40% of the remaining, so I left around 40% of the money on the table, and then just walk away with 60% of the profit from the initial premium that I sold. So with that being said, I also was very interested to find out the Airbnb IPO. I sold a couple of the non-perform stock, Dynatrace, and then used that money to purchase the Airbnb. Airbnb actually, it was kind of interesting for the stock when they IPO'd today. So for some of you are not very familiar with how to trading IPO stock, IPO stock is generally very risky. So trade with caution, cautious. And again, I have to emphasize, none of this is actually recommendations. Please do your own due diligence and research before you make any purchase or sell shorting any stocks. So the Airbnb IPO'd today, and when first IPO'd, let's actually blow into the 1-minute chart. It went up a little bit, and there was very healthy volume. I think around about this point here, that's when I entered at 159. Then I kind of dropped it and then closed around 144. So I probably would just hold the 5 shares that I purchased. This is for me to be patient and then to really be in sync with the Airbnb stock so that I can monitor for a couple of days. It's my place marker. So that's pretty much all the trade that I did today. And for tomorrow, I'm being very interested to look at a couple of things. EEM, SPY, and UGA. I have my EEM that are expiring tomorrow, and SPY that is going to expire next Tuesday. And the UGA is one of the oil natural gas fund that I'm interested in purchase. So the EEM is, let's talk about the EEM one of them at a time. So I have the EEM expiring tomorrow. As you can see, I was selling the cost spread, and then now it's all the way in the money. So we'll see how maybe tomorrow I'll decide to close it and walk away with a loss, or actually maybe another opportunity is actually roll this strategy off to a further, more extended period of time. So I'll think about those kind of things. If I do ended up rolling this vertical spread, I'll make a video talk about how you can do the rolling and the vertical spread. Secondly, SPY. I have a couple stock SPY contract that are expiring next week. So that's actually pretty much out of the money, so I can walk away with my profit, so which is a good thing. And then last but not least, I want to look at the UGA, the gas fund. I have purchased a couple of the natural gas call expiring April 16. And when I was first purchasing a week ago, I think it was priced at around $25. Now it's $45. So tomorrow I will think about, if I wanted to purchase more of the natural gas. Natural gas has its own seasonalities. If you look at this chart, this is basically 20 years performance of the natural gas. Usually during January and February, natural gas is lower in demand, but April is when it actually picks up. So I'm trading against this kind of seasonality effect, and then hopefully with the fact that the vaccine that would help the market and overall demand of the natural gas picks up, giving the seasonality on top of it, this will the natural gas car will increase its price. So with that being said, this is everything I want to talk about today. And tomorrow is Friday. I'll make a video talk about the rolling trades if I ended up doing that. Other than that, this is the end of the video. If you like it, please make sure to subscribe and then click like. This is really helpful for me. And with that being said, have a nice, happy Friday and happy weekend.